So, I keep hearing about the Childish Gambino video. Have you seen Childish Gambino? No, I haven't seen it. Why haven't you seen it? Because I don't fucking know who that is. And I don't give a shit about modern rap. Because rap nowadays is bullshit. So, keep hearing about it. I'm like, So I'm like, fine. I guess I'm in a mood to get angry. I'll watch the goddamn song. I went into it with reservations. I went into it with a preconceived notion in my mind of what I was going to experience. I went into it with prejudice in my heart. Whatever, man. I thought it was going to be a shit song. I just thought it was going to be a shit song with stupid, ignorant of the bigger picture fucking lyrics. And I was just going to be like, this is banal and horseshit and I don't care. That's what I was expecting. All in all, when it comes down to it. I was pleasantly surprised. It's honestly the gift that keeps on giving. I watched it probably 20 fucking times now. I would absolutely love to get to sit and watch it with you. And go through it second by second. But I would have to go through it essentially second by second to be able to do it and fucking keep it monetized. Or just keep it available to watch. Because who knows, this could be a Blocked in All Countries song. I don't fucking know. You never can tell which one's going to be which. I don't care about the money. It's pennies. Take my pennies. I'll call it charity. You know what I mean? I'll total up somehow the possible earnings from videos that were taken by other people, and I'll claim it on my taxes as charity if it gets to be enough. Whatever the fuck. I don't know. But I don't care about the money. I just want people to see it. If I'm going to go through the effort to make probably the hour-long video to fucking look through and talk about all of my thoughts throughout the course of this 3-minute song, whatever, dude, that's a lot of fucking work. And for that to just not be allowed to be seen by people because there's a 30-second clip that I didn't make short enough because I wanted to get the whole context of the whole section in. Stupid asshole me. Whatever it would be. Whatever dumbass fucking thing. That's a full day's work to roll the dice and gamble on whether or not anybody's ever going to actually see it. Or if I'm going to have to re-edit it somehow. So, as much as I would love to do that, what you're going to get is the following. I'm going to set it up with a nice little title, and then I'm going to talk about what I thought about what is in the video. I'm going to spoil the whole video, just so you know. Maybe. I don't even really know. But I'm going to do it assuming that you've seen the video, or at the very least that you're watching along with it as I'm talking to you. I don't fucking know what to tell you. This gets to become an interactive thing now, because otherwise why even bother doing a fucking video? But it's an interesting subject and I would like to talk about it. So I'm going to do my best. I'm going to watch it so that what I want to say is kind of fresh in my mind, and then I'm going to do my little rant on the section. That's what you get, folks. So, here we go. Now, it starts off with the African chant, I don't know what tribal, whatever thing. That section kicks in. Underlayer, right? Very nice underlayer. I actually like it. It's like, yeah, whoa, go away, or something like that. I don't know. The lyric, make of it what you will. Dude walks in. They're saying that he looks a lot like Trayvon Martin's dad. He looks a lot like Trayvon Martin's dad. I think that's kind of funny, because you can kind of argue the, why does he gotta look like Trayvon Martin's dad? You're trying to say all black people look alike. Nobody's throwing that out, of course. Whatever. I said it. So, and a lot of people were like, it looks like Trayvon Martin's dad, but it's this guy. He's just a musician. And I'm like, yeah, but he does look a lot like Trayvon Martin's dad. So it's like, but he's a musician. He's just some musician. And it's like, okay, well that doesn't really negate the fact that he looks like Trayvon Martin's dad. I don't know, but whatever. He looks like Trayvon Martin's dad. Make of that what you will. Is he trying to say something? Isn't he? I don't fucking know. But if he is, well, I think it's pretty clear what he's trying to say. If he isn't, well, he fucking isn't. Pans into him. The dude starts playing the guitar. Very nice. I was kind of disappointed because you'd think that they would have had it better in sync at the beginning. It took a while for the tribal chant to sync up with the I don't know, island music, whatever the fuck. Call me racist, but I don't know what the fuck to call it. Whatever. Anyways, so you got that shit going on. And when it finally did sync up and it wasn't so fucking distant in my head, it was pretty cool. I actually like it. It works, right? And then there's Childish Gambino, and he turns around and he's going through a lot of faces. He's running through a myriad of kind of just dance moves and facial expressions and like character faces and stuff like that. And I thought that was very interesting. He also did a lot of different body postures. Some of them very aggressive, some of them very playful, some of them very seductive. It was very interesting to see. I think that's a very, just watching him do that is mesmerizing, and just, you know, trying to categorize in my mind exactly what facial expressions and characters that he's trying to do. That's been a lot of fun. But yeah, so he's just kind of an amalgam of many different emotional states and states of being, it seems. So I think the idea of it there is that he's representing kind of the concept of America, the whole, the amalgam of all of us and all of our different whatever. I'd think of it more like the internet. But whatever you want to say. I kind of like to picture him in this more as like the internet. Call it what you will. That's just kind of what in my mind, it makes it more fun for me to watch, thinking of him as the internet. I don't know what to tell you. So he dances up to the guy, pulls out a gun, takes a pose. From my research I've found, apparently he is imitating Jim Crow, the pose that he takes. Sure, I'd say that yeah, I could totally buy that. If that's not what he's saying, well, guess what, buddy? You know, shit happens. But that's what you're doing now, so there you go. He pulls out a gun, takes that pose, shoots fucking dude that was playing the guitar, but is now bound and with a bag over his head. Shoots him in the head. Alright? Fun, happy island music stops, and the chant stops, and all that shit stops, and it goes into the fucking, you know, the fucking modern day kind of hip hop fucking shit. Right? This is America. First words that he says. Again, it's interesting to me that to think of him as the internet fucking shooting that dude. I don't know, man. I like to think of it in that way. It's the way that works for me best. So he passes off the gun to a dude. He grabs it up in a red towel. Right? Now, what people like to say about this, what I've seen a lot of people like to say about this part, is that what that's representing is that the Republicans, they value the guns more than human life. So they're coming up, taking the guns and securing them away. If that's what he's trying to say, sure, you know, I can certainly see how you draw that conclusion. A lot of people kind of tend to come off that way. Me personally, my problem with it, I don't think it's going to work out as well as you think it's going to work out. Just saying, this is America. We have to understand the fact that this is America, right? And I don't think that, hey, we're going to come around and collect your guns. Man, I don't think that shit's going to work very well. I will, of course, have gotten rid of my gun years before that sort of thing will go into effect, so I don't even have it anymore, officer. But, whatever. Like, dude, you know what I'm saying? That's just not going to happen. They're not going to come around and just take the guns. It's odd in this country, the way that people act about guns. Almost as if we have a right to them. Which we do. And it's funny when you start playing around with people's rights. Especially when it comes to removing their personal possessions. Right? So, a lot of people are kind of just like, I don't like the idea of fucking around with the rights. I haven't been me personally, I haven't been presented with a good enough argument for banning guns. And I don't see it working here. It works other places. Yeah, that's great. They're not fucking America. Here, things are very different. You have doomsday preppers with hundreds of guns. People with guns buried out in their yards. Dude, fucking, man, there's always going to be guns in this country. And people will make them. I have a friend. He's essentially a metal worker, right? He does welding and all that manner of stuff. And if he needs a tool, he doesn't go and buy one. He makes it. And there's a lot of people that are gunsmiths out there that fucking know how to make shit. And they're gonna make it. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. It's always gonna be a thing where people want to get guns, they're gonna get guns. And I'm telling you, in my mind, and I hate fucking saying this. I hate when the gun debate comes up because I always kind of bring this up, and I hate when I bring this up because I don't want to put any fucking suggestions in people's minds. But I kind of see guns as what's keeping us from explosives. Because I see guns as what's keeping us from a lot more explosives. That's all I'm going to say. And I like the guns can kill a lot less people than explosives. And I see them right now as a barrier. People are going to guns because it's easier to just buy a gun, deal with it, than to make explosives. But when your plan involves mass carnage and you've got a knife, you know, people start watching YouTube videos. And fucking who knows what's on there. So, there you go. Right? But yeah, I like that barrier. So, whatever you want to say about it, is it the value of guns over human life? I like the value of rights over human life, because without our rights, what is our life? So, when you start fucking with them, you're treading on very, very slippery slope there. And I don't like the idea of making it easier to fuck with that shit. And you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get. It's never gonna happen. So you got to think of something else, folks. You got to come up with a new fucking argument, because when it all comes down to it, in my mind at least, it isn't the argument of guns over people. It's rights over people. And a lot of people already sacrifice themselves for our rights. I don't really think we need to have more people sacrificing themselves for our rights. I think we need to figure out what the real problem is. Because it isn't guns walking into schools and shooting people. It's people with guns shooting into people. Whatever. Anyways. So, and then he kind of just dances down the hallway. And this is America. And I love the line, don't catch you slipping up. Or don't let them catch you slipping up. Or whatever the fuck it is. Something to that effect. And damn right, too fucking true. Don't let them catch you slipping up. Because, man, all it takes is 30 some odd women to come out and say, yeah, this dude drugged me and raped me. And boy, that'll just ruin your life, won't it? So, yeah, don't let them catch you slipping up. Don't commit any crimes that you are not willing to face the punishment for. Whatever that punishment may be, whenever that punishment may be delivered. I like that message. That's what I take from it. Who knows what other people take from it. Most of it I thought it was ridiculous. One dude brought the Illuminati into it, and I'm like, oh my fucking god. So, yeah. But that's pretty much the beginning of the video. So, now he's dancing around with a bunch of kids. And they're doing all manner of different dances. A lot of them I kind of recognize. I'm not. I imagine the purpose is these are recognizable dances. I don't fucking know all the dances, whatever. He's dancing around with a bunch of kids, doing a bunch of different dances. He makes reference to the part that I've talked about in the previous video, that there's guns in his neighborhood, so he feels that he has to carry one. And I get that feeling. But y'all kids need to put fucking guns down, because man, whatever. I still see that as a, how do you fix that situation type thing. I don't know. But yeah, so he's dancing around with a bunch of kids, and there's kind of some havoc going on in the background. There's kind of a people being attacked, cars being hit, shit like that. There's a couple of chickens, which I thought was interesting. But there's a couple of chickens. Who knows? Man wanted chickens. I don't get it. There's 2 fucking chickens. And a bunch of kids kind of just dancing on a car, having a good time. Looks like all the kids are having fun. And I kind of liked that. I thought it was kind of interesting. It's like the children are kind of oblivious to the chaos going on around them. It's all just fun and games to them. That's kind of what I took from it. I thought it was very interesting. It was, you know, the riot that happens later is, you know, we'll get to that. But it's kind of like it's from the outskirts of it. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're moving through the levels of shit. You know what I mean? So I kind of saw it myself personally. I saw it as an indictment on our youth. That this is all kind of fucking fun for them. Because there's a lot of them that kind of play into this shit. And it kind of pisses me off, because it's like, dude, I'll listen to you in about 20 years. When you've got a bit of wisdom under your fucking belt. Even then, I'm still going to question every goddamn word you say. So, I don't know. That's kind of what I thought about it. You know, all of the kids kind of in there involved in it. somebody said that they thought that the kids were people, you know, like America. This is again going from the representation that he is playing, you know, the part of America. That since he's dancing around and doing all that stuff, they're dancing around with him because that's what's keeping them safe. They're playing along with America's scheming or whatever, and that's what's keeping them safe. And I'm like, that's not the way I fucking saw it. Whatever. This is, you know, it's very open-ended. Nothing's explained, and he doesn't want to fucking explain it. So you take from it whatever you want. It's an openly interpretive piece. And that's my interpretation of it. I think we need to get the politics out of the fucking school, at least in as much as I don't even fucking know. But we definitely need to get the political leanings out of the school because it's getting fucking ridiculous. Whatever. Moving on. Alright, so the choir's singing. You can tell somebody, Grandma told you, black man, get your money. Fair enough. Not entirely sure if that's supposed to be him criticizing the way that black children are raised. That's kind of the way that I see it. Whatever. And then he dances in. So he tosses him an AK. He promptly shoots the choir down and hands it off to the dude in the red cloth again. Moves on. I thought that was pretty cool. Hear me out. I don't think enough of an uproar was kicked up when the people got killed in that church. I don't know. I think part of the problem is there's nothing sacred anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, there's literally, well, the things that we hold as sacred nowadays are not good. But I think when the church kind of broke down and people started to recognize there was a lot of nasty things going on there, when the faith was lost between the people in the church in that way, I think that was the beginning of a downfall of a lot of things, because there needs to be something sacred. There needs to be somebody somewhere. And again, church, whatever. I don't give a fuck what it is. There needs to be something that's sacred. Right now, it's Nazis. You can't make fun of Nazis. You can't talk bad about Nazis. You can't bring up Nazis. And if you're called a Nazi, that's a terrible, terrible, horrible fucking thing. And you just immediately have to back down and obey. Because, heaven forbid you called a Nazi. So, like, that can't be the only fucking thing that we hold sacred, man. There's got to be something else that you look at that and you go, that's a place where you don't do bad things. You know, there has to be something sacred, and there really fucking isn't. There is nowhere sacred anymore. And that's a very sad thing in our society. And I don't know how we remedy that, because again, you know, I don't think there's any institution that can hold up to that kind of merit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is that you make sacred. That one thing that everybody just goes, no, this is the place where peaceful things happen. Like, I don't know. It's our safe space. I hope that it would turn into universities. I hope that maybe someday, you know, we can get there, where universities are sacred. This is a place where people come to fucking learn. This isn't a place where people come to fuck around. You know what I mean? I think that that would be amazing. I think that if schools and universities could become sacred ground where we don't do these things. These things aren't done here. I think that that would be an amazing thing, but we got to get there. You know what I mean? But, you know, the church used to always be that thing. It was sanctuary. It was the safe place to go to. Every kid always knew that if you were ever lost, you go to the first church and say, I'm lost, and they'll find out where your fucking parents are because God, you know. You know what I mean? Like, so it used to be that way. It used to be we trusted the church. Now we can't trust the church. And so, who do we trust? Who takes the place? What becomes sacred? Nothing. Awesome. So then we cut to full-on fucking riot. People jumping off the fucking scaffolding, cars burning, and fucking death rides through on a pale horse, and all whatnot. And again, the children play and laugh and dance. And there's the internet, front and center. You know what I mean? Like that. I love seeing him as the fucking internet. And the kids as kids just being fucking ignorant ass kids. And the riot, you want to know what the riot is a depiction of? A fucking riot. My thing that kills me with depictions of riots, because they never mean to me any of the shit that anybody ever fucking wants them to mean to me. It never means that. You know what it means to me? A fucking riot. You know what I see in a riot? I see a lot of people choosing to be in a fucking riot. It's kind of easy to just not go be in the riot. Like, if you got to get out of town, whatever, and you wind up being involved in the riot as a victim of the riot, fine, I get that. But you're not involved in the riot. If you decide to start breaking windows and taking shit, you are now officially a member of the riot. And you have made that conscious fucking decision to do that. So, every time I see anybody depicting a riot as, oh, well, this means this. No, it means a bunch of people are choosing to be in a fucking riot. That's what I see there. So, as far as what does the riot mean and all that with death riding through and whatnot, I think it's pretty obvious. It's a fucking riot. And there's a bunch of kids dancing around having fun in the riot. Which makes me laugh thinking of Antifa again. And then there's the internet, front and center, leading the whole fucking parade and showing it all to you, quite literally, on the internet. So, that's what I thought of that scene. As far as the lyrics, it's all just kind of... there's no real lyrics. It's all just kind of hip-hop buzzwords. Hip-hop shit fucking buzzwords. You know what I mean? 100 bands, 100 bands, 100 bands. Great, yeah. That's all it is. And I think that's the point of it. It's just, here's a bunch of fucking gibberish. Like, because if you listen to most modern hip-hop and rap nowadays, Panda. Like, fucking come on, dude. So whatever. That's what I thought of that whole scene right there. There you go. So, I hope that the YouTube AI doesn't listen to my next words very carefully. Because, boy, wouldn't that just be a shame if the Childish Gambino video got struck down and fucking removed from YouTube. Because he pulls out a marijuana cigarette, puts it in his mouth, and lights it, and proceeds to smoke it. Now, I mean, all I was doing was looking at gummies and salve and shit like that, CBD products. This shit doesn't even get you high. He pulls out a marijuana joint, a reefer cigarette, and lights it up and starts. Now, I mean, I don't understand how that can't possibly be, you know, harmful, showing harmful activities that could put other people in danger or kill them, but whatever. So, He smokes a joint, and whatever, big ups to him, man. That's cool. And he walks back in, dude's playing the guitar, but with still a bag over his head. That's a shame. He climbs up on the back of a shitty car and pans away, and there's a whole bunch of shitty cars, and it was a really good part of the song. I like the fucking breakdown. When it kicks back in, it's pretty good. It's actually a song that's grown on me. At first, I was kind of like, because it's too modern fucking shit rap. But since I kind of think he's making fun of modern shit kind of rap, I'm with it now. So I like it more as an ironic song. So I dig it a lot more. I really kind of like the song. But yeah, so it kicks back in pretty good there. And it pans away, and I don't know, there's some hot chick sitting on a car. And he's just dancing on a shitty car in a room full of shitty cars. And somebody said that represents like stagnation in the economy or something like that, and I'm like, yeah, I could totally see that, and I could totally see that being a point that he would make, and yeah, true enough. But it made me giggle to just be like, I think he's dancing on a shitty car in a room full of shitty cars with a hot chick sitting on one of them and a dude with a bag on his head playing guitar. I think he's got the whole scene the way it is because he's trying to depict real life, and every car isn't a goddamn Lamborghini or a Bugatti in fucking real life. They're all just kind of shitty cars in actual real life. So this is it, like, I thought that was kind of a funnier way to take it. And then the last shot is him running away from a bunch of people. And, okay, I don't know. Black people run fast. I don't know. I imagine that's everybody's chasing the black man type thing. Honestly, I really don't get that last part. I don't really get what that's supposed to represent. Nobody had anything that was really funny. It was, everybody's chasing, persecuting the black man. Yeah, okay, whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's trying to say there, and if it is, whatever, dude. Like, that's totally your fucking racism, and I don't get it. But all in all, I thought it was a pretty decent video. I think it's pretty interesting. You see in it what you want to see in it. It's very archetypical. So it's going to resonate with a lot of people in a lot of different ways. Because everything that's depicted is depictions of things that either are happening or have happened in real life. And everybody has their own special perspective of that because everybody's been involved in it. It's one of those big things. If you watch that video and don't understand what the hell he's talking about at all, wow, watch the news. Like, you know what I mean? So I think it's a very archetypal thing. And if you're one of those people that are jaded in the direction that I'm jaded, then you're going to see the exact same thing that I saw in it. And if you're somebody that's jaded in the direction of somebody that hates black people, then you're going to see this completely as him talking about how white people are just terrible and horrible. And he never mentions white people once. There's nothing about white people at all in this song. Or in the video. Like, there are white people in the video, but there's black people running around right in the video too. So, like, there's nothing about white people in this video. But a lot of people are like, he's talking about fuck white people. And it's like, okay, well, if you're going to say, well, it's America, and he's just, but whatever. That, again, that's your racism. So, I don't know what to tell you there. But yeah, like, I saw it as what I saw it as. I didn't even really see it. I mean, there was a lot of black man thing stuff, black man thing stuff in it. Black man type stuff in it. But I didn't really see it, that's him criticizing in whatever way that he's choosing to criticize. But I took what I took from it, I don't know. again, I don't know what he means by it. He doesn't want to say what he means by it. So we'll never know who's fucking right. But it's a very archetypical thing. It can be interpreted so many different ways. Because it's very basic. It's violence and people dancing and having fun and putting those together. What does that mean to you?